Greetings, everyone. Welcome. It's Friday on Going Optimal. You know what that means. Chat Gauntlet. That means I'm going to take on my viewers. And today, also, G-Guards, Garrett, is going to join the draft and be my first round opponent. Co-streaming this, so if you want to catch Garrett's side, you can go check out the G-Guards stream now, or if you're watching on YouTube, maybe go check out G-Guards' YouTube Twitch channel, and you can check out the replays. I don't know if Garrett uploads to YouTube or not at all. I don't know, I'll have to ask him. Anyway, looking forward to it. We're actually going to do War of the Spark today. War of the Spark is back on Arena, but it's back for the first time with human draft. So I spent most of my War of the Spark career drafting against bots on Arena here, streaming with you all. And it's been fun to try it again with all humans. It certainly changes the experience. This was never my favorite format to go long and deep in. I wear out of it pretty quickly because of the hyper swingy planeswalker style gameplay. You get these cards that, you know, an average planeswalker might be a B. You know, there's some medium planeswalkers, but even those Bs tend to be like, well, if you play it at the right time, it's an A-. If you have it at the wrong time, it's a D+. And that averages to that B level, but the swingy nature of when you can play at a planeswalker and how effective they're going to be affects my enjoyment of this format a little bit. I don't like the pressure to hit the board on 2 or lose to a planeswalker, that kind of thing. I mean, that's one of the main things here. Like, get on board quick. Make sure you're. What are you doing at 2? If your opponent plays a turn 3 planeswalker on the play, do you have something in play to pressure it? That's, again, it's so swingy that way that you want to make sure to do everything you can to swing it in your direction, which is to make sure you're getting on board on 2. If you want to swing your tabletop game in your direction, of course, you're going to check out my sponsor, cardkingdom.com. They have all the 2-drops you could possibly imagine. What's the best 2-drop of all time? Nominations? Best 2-drop of all time. Snapcaster gets better the older the format gets. You know, it gets worse the smaller the pool is. Anyway, there's all sorts of interesting questions on that front that you can answer with a search in the Card Kingdom card search. Maybe you'll find the 2-drop of your dreams there. If so, please remember to check them out via my affiliate link in the panels down below, in the YouTube notes, all that stuff. Then they know you got there from here. It helps keep me on the air, because it associates your business with them with me. How about that? If you like this stuff and you like the magical cards, please keep my sponsor in mind. Thank you so much, Card Kingdom, for your ongoing support. And today, though, we are going to be battling over here. We're going to be drafting over here. I'm going to hop over right now. We are drafting over here on the website mtgadraft.herokuapp.com. Somewhat of a mouthful, but plenty of places to find you the link, so you don't have to spell anything out. Just click the link. And what MTGAdraft.herokuapp.com does for us is allows us to draft on a third-party website for no gems or gold, and then export our decks back to Arena, and then use the friend challenge system in Arena to battle each other there, which allows for in-pod draft play, which is not even something that Arena offers. So I love that this tool of MTGA Draft has allowed us to battle each other and battle in pod. And I'm, you know, hey, we're pioneering around here. I don't know, show me somebody else who used MTGA Draft to battle in pod against viewers and or other streamers before we did. I mean, full credit goes to Senryoku, the designer of this site, for even making it possible in the first place. But I'm pretty proud that around here we came up with the ideas of leveraging this for cooler content. And I'm really thankful for Senryoku for making this available to us. And if you want to thank Senryoku, you can, of course, buy Senryoku some coffee down here, you know, make a little donation to that, because we use this all the time, not only every Friday here, but in our Discord. If you are a viewer, a YouTube viewer, or a regular around here in chat, but you're not in our Discord, check it out. There's a great community of people drafting and chatting Magic, and there's queues that fire for MTGA draft here all the time in the Discord. Just got to join up and wave your hand in there, and you'll be helped out right away. So thanks for that. All the people in Discord, all the mods who make the Discord hum. I'm not super active myself there. I'm thinking about ways to change that. I know people would like me in Discord more. It's tough. I'm juggling a lot of stuff, but maybe I'll come up with a weekly non-streamed draft tournament I play in or something, and join that way. But we'll figure that out as we go. Let's get going here. I don't know if chat is ready or if my competitors are ready. I am. Hat is running the show and has done the ready check, so we're going to find out here. War of the Spark. Swingy sets scare me. One bad day with a swingy set and you could find yourself with a new look. Looks like the pop-up's not hitting for everybody, but there we go. All right. We've got Narset's Reversal in the rare slot. That is not particularly playable. Copy target instant or sorcery spell, then return it to its owner's hand. You may choose new targets for the copy. You can come up with some really blowout-y things to do with this card, but very, very narrow, tons of setup, and you're never going to take this when you've got something as baseline solid as a Kasmina. Merfolk Skydiver is good, but is gold, and I don't really want to start in gold, and I really don't want to start in green-blue either. It's not my favorite pair in the format, although you can branch out to Splash from there. Other powerful... Wow, the blue is good here. I mean, we might be like pass-cutting blue, basically. We take Kasmina, Callous Dismissal is strong, and Epiphany is strong, and Merfolk Skydiver is strong. So I feel like some upcoming drafters are going to be grabbing the blue as well. Let me see if I can get a little more. Yeah, let's do it this way, and we can see a little more. What else do I like here? Spellgorger Weird is great in the especially blue-red spells deck. I don't mind a Wanderer's Strike, but not my favorite. Pretty clunky. But really, we're looking. I mean, that's the thing. This pack is so blue. Everything, all the best stuff here is blue. So if we're going to stay blue, we need to send some signals downstream. And but we'll do what we can. I mean, we can't worry too much about the blue signal we're sending downstream, other than to try and wreck them by cutting the blue here in case they pick up more. Grateful Apparition does stuff in the proliferate decks. If you can get this going on 2 with a lot of +1/+1 counters, it's pretty good. What else do we like here? This Nahiri is reasonable, but again, it's that swingy planeswalker thing. Sometimes this is going to be exactly what you need. You're aggressive, you're attacking, and first strike becomes relevant. But then if you can get this, fire this off as removal, but if they don't have anything tapped, there can be times you're just like, wow, I can't really play this. It doesn't do anything, right? So that's what a good example of what I'm talking about. But what do we like here? I mean, there's not much. I could take it despite its, or because of its swinginess. I think it's probably the Apparition or the Nahiri. You remember Grizzly over? I remember it under. I can't remember drawing a card off of Grizzly. I thought this was the 2/3 for 3 that tricked you into spending 4 mana sometimes. That's my take on the Grizzly. Certainly I would play one, because a 2/3 that truly sometimes draws you a card in the very late game is okay, but it's not a priority at all. I am looking for Apparition or even Geode. Crushed Descent is not good. Martyr is not what we want here. We want to wield that. I guess I'm going to take Nahiri. As a hybrid card, it's pretty flexible that way. But it's Nahiri or Apparition. I don't know. You know what? I'm going to take Apparition. I like what this builds around better than Nahiri. Like Nahiri, again, sometimes it's removal, sometimes it's stone sitting in your hand. I'm going to take the Apparition that does something anytime I have 2 mana, one of them white. Let's see, there was a auto pop-up thing for one of my tools there. So let's see, we got a Sorin's Thirst. That's not really good enough. No, I don't see. Rescuer Sphinx is. Spark Harvest is also good enough. Law Rune Enforcer good enough. With Kasmina, I kind of like taking the Rescuer Sphinx and really trying to plant a flag in blue. We didn't pass good blue last turn, or last pack. we didn't pass good anything last pack. And given all the good blue we passed in the first pick, I do like cutting some blue here. Although the Spark Harvest, totally justifiable. Law Rune Enforcer, interesting, but maybe a little early. This can be super pesky. I won a War of the Spark game against one of the... I had I think we started it and then I finished it off air. Or I'm in the middle of it off air. The place where we're splashing the green-blue Planeswalker, and I was up against a deck that played one of the gods where if you kill or exile it, they get to put it back in their library. And I was going to lose to it, and I had all this awesome stuff in the graveyard. My graveyard was chock full of removal and card draw and whatever, and I went and got Law Rune Enforcer because it locked down this stupid god, and I won. Law Rune Enforcer fully blanked that mythic, and it allowed me to get in there for the win. Yeah, Tamio, thank you, Jim. Pyrohelix and Heartfire are a reasonable burn, but not incredible burn. Not the top line burn here. Spark Double seems worth it. I mean, you got to have good stuff of your own. But I don't know. I'm kind of surprised this is still here. I was like, wait, is there something wrong with this card? And it's like the modern design of clones is that they only clone your stuff. And if you're curious at all about the design implications there, a real feel bad of the original clone for opponents of the clone is like, wait, they get to copy my thing? So like whatever the best, like I put out the work of this best thing and then they just get to copy it. Now there's justifiable reasons for those kinds of designs in Magic, but they are really annoying to play against, and they feel like, wait, it's not fair that I do the work to create the thing and then they just get to make a copy of it for, so that feel bad kind of led to this space of only your own stuff. And then it's like, well, you have to do the setup and then you get to double it and it still feels powerful. And you can even make it cheaper. Like you can make clone, if you allow to copy anything, you have to charge more. So there is interesting design space in the only my stuff that allows the clones to ostensibly be more powerful, except for the part where they can't hit your opponent's stuff. And they, mainly it's that though. Okay, let's figure out this next pick. Laptop plating. Very narrow. When you do this to good effect, it feels incredible, but it's 2 mana, and leaving up 2 mana for a responsive spell, like if you leave up 2 mana for a counter, they're going to try countering something or playing something and you can counter it. I think it's the best card here, and we're going to take it. It's on color, and I mean, what else are we taking, right? I mean, there's some decent white here, I suppose. This green card is okay, but we're trying to be blue, and this is fine for that. I'm just saying it's more swingy. It's another swingy card in the format. Because whenever you fire it off, you're generally super happy because you're doing something to mess with your opponent and getting a creature out of it. But boy, if you're staring at it or you can't really keep up the 2 mana, it can feel not great. Not great, Bob. Bond of Insight. I almost never find myself playing this because I never get it at a time where I can, but I think we could do this. Instant sorceries, in order to do this, you need to be filling up on instants and sorceries, but we can do that, and we want to do that in blue. So we're going to continue cutting the blue here and being pretty open about color number 2. I mean, we got this apparition, but whatever. I'd like to be red, honestly, but I haven't seen the red to be worth going in for, although the red has been here, so at least the packs haven't been dry of that. Pledge of Unity here is quite a signal. I don't think we can pivot to it successfully given our heavy blue, and we should just take the Visionary and continue telling people downstream to leave blue alone. I think you could make a case, though, for weak... Oh, this is player only, so this is basically unplayable. Crocodile is okay. Soren's Thirst, underwhelming. The double black is oppressive, and the 2 damage tends to not be enough. Martyr for the Cause could be worth taking given the apparition. That's fair. And proliferating on death when you've got army tokens and planeswalkers can actually be pretty good. And Visionary is not much of a signal. You take the Pledge. Can you see us getting into Pledge? Like, are we splashing Pledge then? Because we're not playing blue. Like, we are most definitely blue. So in what blue deck are we really happy to run that? You love Bant? I guess we're pretty open. Fine. I'll take it because of power level and the I didn't think, you know, the die proliferate man is fine, but not amazing. Battlefield Promotion continues to support the possible white. No blue here at all, so that's really what we're about. We're best of 1, so a lot of the sideboardy stuff is not interesting. Yeah, I guess it's promotion. Promotion over nothing. Good call, math. I'm just trying to make sure there's not the sneaky thing that we should be taking instead. Yeah, the blue heavy pack we opened is about to wheel. And Skydiver still being here says maybe we did do the right thing with this Pledge, and we could even potentially be green, blue, splash the white. Certainly taking that over Contentious Plan, although Contentious Plan is solid. I think we hedge towards the Skydiver given that it's still here. Someone who picked up something nice from the blue stuff in the first time around is going to be happy with Contentious Plan, I bet. I'm take a Martyr here. We had an opponent on stream this week or last week. Anyway, play an Arboreal Grazer. One of the only times I've been behind it, because they then they came into chat after and explained that they had 3 Huatlis. So they had a Huatli build-around deck. And I guess if you got 3 Huatlis, I'm down with an Arboreal Grazer, but but I'm not interested in it otherwise. I'm going to take the Martyr. I just don't think it does enough in Limited. It doesn't do nothing. It does some stuff. It just doesn't do enough. Giant Growth for a combat trick we don't really see much of in the format played. Bond. Yeah, given that we're going to be looking for powerful stuff, we'll take Bond. I don't love this, though. It's card selection. Yep. And Grizzly. This is where I want to take a Grizzly, although... Oh, yeah, no, we don't want that. I thought that might be the attacking or blocking creature type spell, but it's not. We'll take the Grizzly, maybe run it. But again, not a priority. More of a curve filler that if you expect to go late can sometimes start to do something. But boy, if you've got a 15 creature deck in your 40 card deck, you're talking about roughly a third of your cards are creatures. So roughly every 12 mana you find one. Every 12 mana you get a creature. That's pricey. Forced Landing is also not going to be ever in our main deck in this format in best of 1, so we're going to do that. Chandra Fire Artisan is a powerful planeswalker, as all the rare ones tend to be. Card advantage, but we're not really there. I think we're going to let somebody else have it and just go with Ugin. We are looking to be somewhat proliferate-y with the Apparition, the Martyr, the Pledge setting up something being worth proliferating. So I think we just take the Ugin's Conjurant, and we look at this Avian Eternal and the Transmutation and the Law Rune Enforcer, and hope that maybe some of that Wheels band together good as well. Lot of stuff going here, but I'm going to take the Conjurant. The Conjurant overperforms. My favorite Ravnica guild. Dimir is where my heart lies, just from the gameplay of Guilds of Ravnica Limited. My favorite Ravnica guild, philosophically, like, who am I? I wear an Azorius jacket with a Dimir lining. I did pass Chandra. Do you not agree with that? I mean, we could add a double red card to this pile, I suppose. But we have a Conjurant and a real deck brewing. Let's just do it. And we see Ambush. That would be a good follow if we had gone into the red. But nothing great here. Ignite the Beacon. 2 Planeswalker cards. Well, we've got 1. Red common taken from the pack? Yeah, probably, given there's no red commons. And that probably means just a burn spell from downstream, which doesn't bode well for us being red-blue spells, potentially. But we can take a Spellkeeper Weird here. I think it's better than anything else I'm seeing. I guess Rising Populace could be another possibility, but I'm going to stick to the blue sides. I feel like Sky Theater Strix will take if they come, but I'm not going to prioritize it this early. I'd much rather have the Spellkeeper at that slot, although neither of them are particularly exciting at this point in the draft. Not what you're looking for pick 2, honestly. More like pick 12. But Sunblade Angel, pretty expensive at 6. I've been underwhelmed by that at 6. No Escape tends to get something. But if we're going to be green, blue, base, we're kind of all over base. I do want to up our green if we're going to do this 3-color thing, because green tends to have that fixing we're going to need to make it work. And Ceratok, just a good card. No Escape from Math, but I'm going to, I think No Escape might even wheel. Like, I don't want to run endless copies of this. I only want maybe 1 or 2. So I'm going to take the Ceratok. Got to answer my question of what we're doing on 2, and my concern is that, like, I mean, Conjuring is a nice answer to that, but really our white is the answer to what we're doing on 2, but it doesn't feel like our main color, so I'm a little worried about exactly where this is headed mana-wise, and exactly how we're answering the question of what we're doing to get on board on 2. Wolf could be part of this squad. Ravnica at War seems too narrow to run unless out of the board. Return to Nature, I think, is a main deckable card in this format, but again, not a priority over just a simple Wolf or a Totally Lost. But I don't see anything else here for us, given that we banked away from red pretty hard. I mean, I passed Chandra, pick 2. You like the Twins? I've never been impressed with them, and I've kind of gone off red here. I think we want a Bloom Hulk here. It was somewhat of a missing piece of our last attempt at Proliferate. We had a couple of opportunities at a Hulk, and I passed them for, you know, at least things with a justifiable reason, but we really did feel like we were missing this at the end. So we're going to take that. Another Sunblade Angel that is whatever. Maybe we'll even wheel the Angels. Let's see what the table thinks of these Angels. I mean, they're playable. It's just you can find that it's not enough sometimes. But when it is enough, it's like, oh, geez, I can't do anything about a flying first strike vigilant lifelink 3/3 Angel, and I'm going to lose to that, right? That happens too. It's just a little pricey and a little weak to the removal in the format. 3 toughness dies to 2 mana spells, and it's just like, boy, spending 6 and getting it taken out by a 2 or 3 is ouch. Ramp is good for the Sunblade, as is +1/+1 counters. Obviously, this is just screaming for you to put a +1/+1 counter on it and proliferate, right? Which is what our deck is doing. It's just that that still doesn't mean that this is a priority for us. Bastion is a proliferate land, but it's going to be tough to squeeze in to a potentially 3-color deck here. I think I just want the Law Rune Enforcer over the land, although it is, you know, I would probably try to find a way to slide this in as like an 18th. You know, like, you don't have to make this one of your 17 lands. You can kind of make it a land spell that you play in as an extra. But Law Rune, again, it's something, it kind of solidifies us as, what is this? What are we? I don't know what our first color is, John. You tell me what our first color is, John. I'll figure out our second. You think Bastion is too good? Matt thinks it's too good. It's pretty good, but so is Law Rune. I'm going to go with my gut. Yeah, well, also keep in mind we expected blue to be cut pack 2. A thing that could happen to us here is that the blue could flow in pack 3, so I'm not even sure where we're at yet. But the more we, like, look, we got 3 early white creatures. I think I need to face that we are, at the very least, early white. Pyrohelix, Bully goes in our deck, I suppose. Prismite is tempting just because it's it helps. It's not great, but it helps fix. Yeah, in fact, I think I need Prismite more than Bully in this deck. Bully is kind of what we're doing with some Proliferate and putting a counter or whatever. But Prismite, and this is not generally a good card in the format, but with what we're doing, this actually is a good pick for us. Some black going around here. I like Herald okay. Cruel Celebrant's great if you're in black-white, of course. Bully, I pretty much only like if you have a bunch of cards that say Proliferate on it. And then I think it's fine. And even then, it's just fine, right? But to that end, I think I like it here. We are not deep at 3. And dropping a counter onto your 2-drop to pressure that Planeswalker also matters. So we're going to take that over the Totally Lost and the Big Worm. You like Battalion? That's fair. Battalion I should have considered it and talked about it, but I like that Bully just puts a counter on right away, but that's fair. Pridemate. Gonna bring that in on the strength of its status as a 2/2 for 2. Pretty late for it here. I don't know if we're gaining a little life here. We don't have a lot of life gain per se. Oh, here's some life gain. We might have some incidental life gain, but certainly it's the only real option here. And I'm happy to play a bear. So we've solidified that white is an early color. I'm kind of with the idea, but we'll see. We could be white-blue. Maybe we ditch the green even. I don't know. Let's see where it goes from here. Here's a Battalion I can get behind. Bond of Discipline. Tap all your... well, lifelink. We could... but I don't think we're ever running this. That seems insanely pricey for what it does, but I'll take it and cut it. It's possible we end up with not enough in pack 3, and that suddenly seems appealing to us, but I'm doubting that. I'm going to skip the Ravnica at War, so we're never playing that. Never playing any of this. Vault Progress, I know, right? Gem drafting. Stinger could find a home here, although this is not the size and cost you want on a Death Toucher. I just like a 1/1 Death Toucher if I'm going to have a Death Toucher. Another Conjurant that we could start on here, but Plane-Wide Celebration is within reach of this deck. It does say Proliferate on it. This is one of my favorite top-down designs of the set, because it's like, all right, give us a top-down design for a civilization celebrating their awesome victory. It's like you got your citizens, you got proliferation. Anyway, it's a good. You can see the party that's happening here. But Conjurant still might be the pick. Like, are we going to 7? I mean, right now we don't have much. We don't have any ramp. We're trying to do like pretty low down white stuff. I'm gonna go Conjurant. I just think this is a Conjurant pick again. Maybe we'll wheel it. We'll see. I think it's a good card. I think anybody who's ramping and looking to go long and is in green is going to be happy with a plain wide celebration. So I would be surprised if it wheeled, but I suppose it's not impossible. Tolsimir, you say, for green-white with the blue splash? Remember way back when I was saying we can't take Pledge? How do we ever get into green-white from here? We were blue. When I took Pledge of Unity, we had Bond, Kasmina, Spark Double, Rescuer Sphinx, Plating, and like a Conjurant or something. Like we were 100% blue. Like we had a Apparition or something. But yes, we're going to take that, and we're still probably going to play blue, but at this point, maybe not. Maybe if the green-white just flows super heavy here, we'll just drop the blue entirely. But there's some good blue in our pile, and I'm expecting to get more blue here. We haven't even, that was just pick 2, and we did get some blue passed to us. Nothing worth taking, but yeah, right now I don't feel like we have the fixing really and we have Prismite, like that's it. So like if we don't get some base green fixing, then I don't see how we end up 3 color from here. Take another Law Rune Enforcer, although they get worse in multiples as you start to get your mana taxed heavily, but it's only 1. These ambushes going around and this Living Twister, somebody in Gruul is a happy camper. Divine Arrow also called for as interaction. I think I prefer the Law Rune Enforcer interaction, but Divine Arrow is decent as well. I'm going to take Law Rune Enforcer. We'll see what wheels from this. Yeah, Ambush is gasoline. That is a Runewell spell right there. +1/+1 counter. And then it punches. It doesn't even fight. It punches. +1/+1 counter punch. I mean, this is a standard playable removal spell right there. Yeah, I would love a New Horizons for this deck, but the counter is good for Proliferate, and it would help us add some blue. But I'm also fine for this table giving me so much white-green that we just abandon the blue. Should be quite something. I don't know if I've ever abandoned that many picks out of a draft that wasn't a disconnect. I suppose there's been some late pack 1 complete shifts I've had before. Really garbage here for the green-white base. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Triumph or the Plan. Draw 1 card or Proliferate, or draw 2 cards. We don't have a Jace Planeswalker, so this is a uncommon divination. Shield for counter. I can't prioritize this. If we get this on the wheel, fine, but I can't bring myself to prioritize that. I actually think I like Contentious Plan better than Triumph if we're going to be splashing some blue. Although that's maybe not true. Like, are we ever splashing Contentious Plan? It does do the thing, I suppose. Prof? Oh, Proliferate. I just thought you were saying Professor, and I couldn't figure it out. Anyway, yeah, we'll take the Plan. It does draw 1 card at least. Another Plan, an Eternal, a Martyr. We just want to add, really answer. I got the question, what are we doing on 2 answered if I take the Martyr. Eternal is tempting, but again, are we even heavy enough blue to be running even Eternal? I really don't want another Stinger. It's Martyr or Eternal. And you know, I'm just going to stick with the Martyr because I feel like we've really landed in green-white as our obvious base. So let's take the sure playable if we don't even know if we're going to have the tools to splash the blue. It's not great, Scott, but it is early. I have plenty to do early, and I like that. Defiant indeed, Rob. So let's see, if we had to cut, oops, not the green. If we had to cut the blue, what is we looking like? Because right now we kind of have to cut the blue. We got a Prismite and that's it. This is 20 cards, so 3 or 4 more playables. If we skip the, we could run these if we had to, so we'll see. Hopefully we get enough. Oh, Guild Globe could help. Just when I'm about ready to abandon the blue, we get a Guild Globe opportunity, but there's also just an Arlen's Wolf and a Croc. Croc wears counter as well. Croc counter with Proliferate. That's about the only time I like this card. Yeah, Wanderer. Let's take Wanderer's Strike. I'm taking Wanderer's Strike. We don't have a lot of interaction, which has really cost us last time. So I think we need the Strike. And we don't need to play the blue if we can get the interaction. And I'm with you on Wolf over Croc math, but I think Strike overall was correct. All right, I feel like we're going to get playables. There should be a couple of packs left with solid stuff that will fill out this deck. All right, not amazingly solid stuff. We can take a Stinger. See, Grazer just doesn't fix. If it fixed, I could even be on board, but it just doesn't. Skulker, not splashing. Plating, not splashing a second. So yeah, we're going to take the Stinger and hope we find better stuff from here and can cut one or both Stingers. Another Law Rune Enforcer. That's a lot of them, but still going to do it. Why do you love Stinger, True? What, like if it had reach, I would love it. I just don't understand, like, paying 3 mana for some Death Touch on the ground is 2 mana overcost, in my opinion. Right, exactly. It has Death Touch and it's 3 mana. Can I show you a gallery of Death Touch for 1 mana, True? There's a whole slew of them, even at common. Like, I don't know why you like a 3 mana Death Toucher when 1 mana Death Toucher is clearly the standard. Iron Bully? It's not, though. I disagree that 2 power on a 3/3 is barely better than a 1/1 when you're talking about a ground Death Toucher whose primary job is to trade off on the ground. Yes, if the board is clear and you're cracking away with your ground creatures, if your tiny ground creatures are getting there, yes, I like the 2, but I just don't think, I'm just surprised you like it that much. I mean, it's playable. Gdanmort has where I'm at. It's just not 2 mana better than a 1/1 Death Touch for 1. Just not even close. Well, maybe another Prismite. Like, I get what you're saying, True, but if there's a terrible card who's... I'm not saying it's terrible, I should say that. If there's an underwhelming card that in other sets is much better, I'm just making a comparison point, but it still leaves this as underwhelming. You can't possibly think this is a high priority card. There's a Defiant Strike, but I take another Prismite in case we do that. Now we're just hating stuff. I guess I don't want people removing counters, but they're never playing that. Are we playing Return to Nature? Did we get enough playables? I don't know. Maybe we need to run Return to Nature. I mean, I guess our difference, true, is you're saying you actively like this. I'm calling it grudgingly playable. Like if I had to do the Sunset show, this would be one of my candidates for grudgingly playable. And it's so matchup dependent, right? I mean, if I'm facing a bunch of Bloom Hulks, then I'm liking a Stinger. But if I'm looking up at Flyers, that's the other thing where it's like, wow, I paid 3 mana to watch Flyers in Evasion kill me. So this is, do we play the blue or not? Oh, this is the tough part. I mean, heck, if we didn't play blue, we're cutting 2 cards from this. And I think I would cut one of the Stingers and maybe the Return to Nature. But with double Prismite, it feels like maybe we do have splash capability. But I could also just cut the Prismites, and this could be a deck. Conjurants can come down anywhere. We saw one, but we weren't even necessarily heavily blue at that time. What's our creature count? Maybe Bond of Disciple is better than something like, what was I looking at? Grizzly or something like that. But I do too, Collie, but the cost of splashing here, we just don't have the... I mean, this could search for a splash land, I suppose. But when we're trying to curve out, I really don't want to mess up our curve out with a third color. I think we should just try the straight green-white. I think this is good enough, even if it's not amazing. We end up in this situation with 19... This is 19 creatures. Again, low on interaction. So I think we want the Return to Nature, the Battlefield Promotion, the Wanderer's Strike. I mean, it's all desperation interaction. Law Rune Forces are huge. At least we have creature-based interaction. Power level is low, but Curve Out can do it. I'm going to try and save my hair with straight green-white. If I lose, like, 4 in a row, I'll come in and add blue, okay? If I start out 0-4 and my hair is threatened, we'll come back in and make a change. But I think this is correct. And suggesting 9-7. Yeah, 9-7 also seems correct. We don't need green until 3. And yeah, I think this is certainly not my best War of the Spark deck, but there's enough going on here that we could get there for a win or 5. I doubt this is a 7-0 for me, though, I'll tell you that. Yeah, I need double for Tolsimir. It's true. Maybe that's enough to justify the second, but we also don't need it until 5 and 7. Can we hypergeometric? What are my odds of 2 green sources by 5 with 7? I'll start it even, and let's actually do that calculation, because On the one hand, it's real bad to not be able to cast Tolsimir on curve when in hand. On the other hand, it's real bad not to turn one your Law Rune Enforcers because you got forest, and no plains in sight. So I'm going to at least export this, and then we'll go figure this out in deck building, shall we? Pro... I don't know. Pro-life. Or 8. I want a pro pun of some kind. Pro points. Tron wants 17. I'm going to go best of 1 greed on this one. We have 3 5-drops that top our curve. 4 total cards over 3 mana. Specifically not that politics either. I was trying to come up with a full pun, like pro, life, or hate, or something like that. I don't know. Apply styles. There you go. Anybody redeem lands? Lotus Leaves for Mama. Do that. I guess I picked the lands today. And we still need to figure out this. Anybody hypogeometric for me? No? I'm going to go with my gut and go 9-7. Sometimes we might not be able to play Tolsimir, but I really want these early white cards. And also, another crucial thing in the 9-7 for me, 3 Law Rune Enforcers means that we may have 2 white... Basically, we have white on turn 3, right? We might need to go Apparition plus Law Rune Enforcer on 3, and having double white by 3 is about as important in this deck as having double green by 5, because it's more likely that we're going to need to double white by 3 than we're going to need to double green on 5. So I'm going to go with 9 plains and 7 forests, and we're going to take a look at which ones here, unless somebody wants to... Full Art Zendikar, you got it, Nebula? And yeah, 70% to get 2 forests in 7 by turn 5. Yeah, that's pretty good. So like, and then that's when we do happen to have the Tolsimir in hand, right? 70% to play Tolsimir when we happen to draw that card seems fine to me. I did get your sleeves. We're in. All right. And that means G-Guards is up first. Is G-Guards ready? All right. Thanks, Garrett. Love having Garrett on. Let's get into the battlefield view.
Chief, mate, what do you want to do tonight?
The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
Let me tell you, the free memes are rampant when I have so many of them on my... so many of them are on my Streamlabs, but not on my Stream Deck panel. Those are the ones I always leave up on accident. I wonder, I could actually switch to my war panel. Let me do that. 1 second, Garrett. Oh, no, wait. I guess there wasn't a profile for that one. Maybe I didn't have my Stream Deck at that point. Could be. Well, Martyr into Bully is enough. I guess we're going to keep this. I wouldn't mind something other than Bully to play on 3, given that buffing the thing that dies to proliferate isn't kind of what you want to buff. You want this to die. So there we go. We get a wolf instead, and we'll offer the Martyr, which they will, of course, not take. Oh, CBL's not up. I did a whole Windows update, although I think I figured out how to not have it mess up mid-stream anymore. Interesting. I thought for sure G-Guards would want that ramp, but I'm happy with that trade. We have Battlefield Promotion and Grateful Apparition, so I'm going to play a land, attack, and then just play the Apparition, and we'll see if the promotion Garrett may try to take out our wolf with the Pyro Helix, for example, in which case Battlefield Promotion does some work, and then the Apparition, especially if Garrett taps out, I'm going to go ahead and promote onto the Apparition. They didn't tap out, so we can't... Well, we get Iron Bully plus promotion, so I'm going to go ahead and untap and try to bully the Apparition. Pausing is obvious, but... Gonna make him choose here. The trouble is we're gonna have to. I guess what I'm gonna have to do is accept a wolf trade if Garrett blocks wolf. I'm not gonna do the promotion just because he's clearly got removal mana open. If I try the promotion, he's gonna pick off in response. So I'm accepting the wolf trade, and if he's gonna let me have Apparition promotion, that's fine. Or sorry, Apparition proliferate, that's fine. And if he goes for something 2 damage based or tries to save his wolf, I can respond with a promotion there. Feeling a little down on cards, like somehow G-Guards has, I'm sure this is 5 action spells, and I'm sitting here on this. Promotion isn't going to do it. So at least making them use premium removal there, but we need to draw out now. Stinger on an empty board. 2 is way better than 1. True. Just happy to have 8 creature, sandbag and a land, because we don't really have much to do with mana above 5 in this deck. Need our second green. Well, and now we're back to, sure wish this was just a 1/1 Death Touch for 1, because it does the same job, which was my point. So we both of our points expressed in back-to-back plays. Ooh.
Oh, here comes the flood.
The Battlefield Promotion with First Strike is nice, though, right? It gives it First Strike? Yeah, First Strike Death Touch is nice. Oh, yeah, I could have attacked with a Bully. I honestly forgot the Menace, sorry. Garrett took my Nurturers. All right, some of our interaction has shown up. That's good. Well, this time no swing with Menace because they just eat it, right? Last time I should have, if you're talking about last time. Cannot do anything about that. It is a punch, not a fight. Just gotta take this, and then we'll start tapping down the giant and try to find some additional action. Not much you can do about double giant, though. Unless we get a double enforcer. How about some more police? How about just not a land? All right, I did narrow it down to not a land, so can't complain too much. Wonder all what we can do here. Let's see, we could like, well, we'll figure it out. We got some play here with battlefield promotion, but looking grim. Buck, I took my kid cousin. How old was he at the time? He's 6 years younger than me. This was in the Secret World tour, so this had to be like 91. 19, 17, 13. Yeah, so I think I took my 13 or 14-year-old cousin. Actually, the cousin who is best friends with Marshall Sutcliffe, which is how I met Marshall. Anyway, I took him to his first concert ever, Peter Gabriel in like 91 on the Secret World tour. And he closed with his final song was a solo rendition of Here Comes the Flood to send us off. It was lovely. All right. Start here. Hopefully the battlefield promotion gets rid of this Taskmaster that's going to make life heck for us coming up. If not, I don't know what. That was a great show. Anytime you see a big act like... I mean, Peter Gabriel's been doing incredible live shows for decades and decades, but that was another good one. Just lots of awesome stage stuff and... Well, grisly fate for us. This is not going to be enough, and we're stuck on the single green. I mean, I know we're 9-7, but come on. 6-1 split is not what 9-7 on average is going to produce. Are we just dead? I don't know. I feel I'm kind of talking Peter Gabriel and waiting to die here. I have to save my hair in another round. Oh, I found the places I got hurt. Let me tell you. Like here is one of them. Here is one of the places I got hurt. Garrett offering us a 1-for-1 ostensibly on the Tithe Bearer with the double block. And I don't know what to do besides take it. I mean, we can't take 4 a turn from Tithe Bearer. We're going to lose this Martyr and then be more susceptible to the Wolf, but maybe we'll draw out of it. If I triple and they kill the 3/3, we're still... like, triple still, we're just doomed if they have removal, so I'm not going to bother. Ah, I see. Yeah, no need to triple there. But we sure need something here. So you can blame Garrett for our inability to play 3 colors. He took all of our nurturers. And really, I guess I start on a Grizzly activation because we have Law Rune to fall back. Let's see what we find here. Might be too late. I haven't really done the math. I'm gonna tap down the giant and see what happens here. But a couple cops could do it if we continue to draw action, though. We need to just draw action like every turn. But or we might already be dead. Again, I haven't really done the math. I'll do it when I have creatures in my face. Hey, look, creatures in my face. Can't block this one. Which means we then have to stop 3 of the others. So there's some compelled blocks here, but we can put this on there for the bounce, and then just chump a nurturer. And we are only mostly.
Your friend here is only mostly dead.
Easy game for Garrett. Good game, Garrett. Thanks for playing with us this week. Really appreciate it. Good luck in the rest of your matches.
So you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Yeah, Hammer. We didn't get the fixing. I wanted to be 3 color, but we had 2 prismites. That was the extent of our ability to fix our colors. All right, Dynasty. Best of 140 card. Here we go. It's the second deck where I feel like my interaction is lower than I want it to be. I mean, we've got these Law Rune Enforcers, but maybe, like, should I have taken a, like, one of our picks was Conjurant, pick 2, pick 1, or pick 3, pick 1 over, like, the 2 creatures punch another creature. Like, we could have picked up some additional interaction. I'm not sure, in retrospect, how correct it was. I don't want to be results oriented, but I am feeling it. You know what I mean? All right, we can keep this. We got a Martyr on 2, Grizzly on 3, maybe Bully up Grizzly on 4. We'll see what we draw before then. Much better mana so far. Game 1, I got pretty well trounced. It was interesting early, but some key removal from Garrett knocked out my best stuff, and then we just did not draw well from there, and it all fell apart. Snap blocking with the Martyr here if there's an attack. Let's read the Conjurant. It's kind of tricky. Enters with X counters. If damage would be dealt to it, while it has a +1/+1 or +1/+1 counter on it, prevent that damage and remove that many. So that's what that thing is doing. But Grizzly looks fine here. They're not sending in the Conjurant, and maybe won't be able to send in the Invader unless they're willing to sack something. Yeah, but I didn't think we were anywhere near the Chandra, although I didn't think we were that close to white white-green at that point either, so maybe that Chandra would have been correct. Maybe Dynasty is going to show us how correct it could have been. We can send in the Martyr, but I don't want it to die before we've countered some stuff up. Chandra? I know we're going to hit... Chandra's going to wreck us. She's going to be so mad that we passed her. She's like, there you are! I've been looking for you. Taste this. All right, turn 5, Tolsimir is online. Our 70%er came through on that one. And don't have a 2-spell turn here, though. But I like an Iron Bully on the Grizzly and send in the Martyr. They don't have blocks... So we're going to try that. Or we can leave it back, I suppose. But with Dynasty not coming in at us... Oh, this could be the counter spell. We passed one of those. 3 mana... Exile, creature, or... Is it Planeswalker? Creature or... Planeswalker, yep. So, no attacks there, then. I'm happy that this got countered as opposed to, say, Tolsimir, but maybe both. Why not both? We'll see. Can't block now that they've got a reasonable sack on the Initiate. Wide open mana, 2 cards. This could get countered as well. Maybe I'm going to drop a Ceratok into this open mana, make him answer one more. I mean, this is a very reasonable threat, right? But I'd love for this to land, so I'm going to give him another chance to use up defenses on a Ceratok ahead of the Tolsimir. A pause, but no counter. But the pause can, of course, be explained by the invader, so we haven't learned anything about what might be up here because of the pause. With the Grizzly, I guess if they want to double block the Grizzly, they could trade for it, but we would get the Conjurant. I think I'm okay with Conjurant for Grizzly here. Conjurant for any action they want to take. I really don't care about the Grizzly at all. And I don't even mind that. Now let's see if they tap out for something here and allow us to Tolsimir instead of Ceratok next turn. Take out this Invader. And if not, maybe just replay the Ceratok. Oh, is it spells or spells and abilities? Spells your opponent's cast. So we can play this and still target without the tax. And we can take out the wizard and go at Kasmina. And that makes some sense to me. This invader's not that scary. Let's try to pressure the Planeswalker, which is scarier here. No surprise in that block. I would have done the same. You get another 2/2 by blocking, and you get a 1/1 replacement anyway. And a loot to boot. Get rid of that land, replace it with a Nehed. Dreadhorde Champion or whatever. So Thundering Ceratok does some blocking here, but so does the Stinger. So I'm going to go Stinger Martyr. If they don't proliferate, Kasmina's kind of done. So there's no huge pressure to get in over there. So I'm going to double spell. Oh yeah, Wolf triggers Tolsimir, good call. Do we want to fight something though? Like, what are we fighting? We could trade Wolf for a 2/2, or we can just eat the army. What I want is to block the Dreadhorde. I mean, we don't want him to just do that endlessly either. I think if Tolsimir lives, we can worry about the 1/1 next turn, and I'm going to stick to Stinger Martyr here to threaten the Neheb with one creature. I mean, we can threaten the Neheb with double blocks, but I want to threaten the Neheb with one single creature. Maybe Dynasty plays something better to hit with the Wolf. Of course, it does have to be like a one tough, you know, a 1/3 or smaller. Even that doesn't really count because it it's effectively a 2 damage. Yeah, pledge one time. That's a lot of stuff to be able to sack. We can start making them do it, but I don't like doing it until we have something to proliferate. So I'm going to just take this. They're at 19. Oh, CBL is mid-update. Sorry, thanks for that reminder. The sounds of CBL there. Remind me again if it doesn't pop up. Give it a couple minutes here. All right, I like the Enforcer. That's some interaction. Should help us get through. All right, Cardboard Live should be up, and my new technique is to leave it up, but in the background, and that has largely kept it behaving, I think. So now we go Enforcer, Wolf. Well, this is going to be tough with these pesky devils. But Wolf on the zombie army, or we could just go Wolf on the devil, and it's a trade for the Wolf. Yeah, maybe we just trade for the invader since this is the thing that's getting through. Yeah, I like that. Sure, it's a 1-for-1, but using Wolf as removal on the thing that's actually able to attack seems fine. Good call, chat. I'll do it. And yeah, no life gain because of Tybalt, though. Oh, yeah, Dynasty may have thought that was a first strike situation, but it's not. I don't know what the sack was about there, but Dynasty may explain later. Yeah, might have thought first strike mattered on fights. We'll see. Do we have attacks? No, we're just going to, we're going to wait here. And if we draw basic land, we can even enforce and Ceratok.
My friend is here to help your pain.
Wowie!
I may offer my guidance.
Ha!
Today is a new lesson.
I don't know what they were thinking. I really don't. The first strike wasn't even on their turn. You're right. I don't know. I know that I'm happy to see a Wanderer strike. I know I'm sad that we have not seen anything to proliferate with it, though. Let's see. What do we want to strike? We can't really strike anything because of Kasmina. It's the problem. So probably just need to Ceratok pass here. trample is interesting. I guess we could trample Death Touch. I forgot that Seratok would give my team trample. I mean, we could send a Death Toucher at, like, Kasmina, so that at least if so either they have to put 2 things in front, or they have to, and with the Wanderer's Strike and the Enforcer, I don't need this for the Neheb as much. This is just occurring to me because I totally forgot about the trample, but the trample Death Touch with a Planeswalker is a relevant thing here. So I'm going to send, yeah, they block with Devil, but we still trample for 1. If they double block with the Devils and kill the Enforcer, we don't have to put all the damage on the second Devil, and they don't get 2 damage. So it's still... Oh, no, we have to because of trample, right? So actually that forces my hand on that front. Sorry, I was thinking I could choose not to, but with trample, you can't. So are we willing to do that? Then we have Dead Enforcer, Dead Stinger, 2 Dead Devils, and Seratok and some big stuff, and a Wanderer's Strike. You can always choose. I don't have to trample. If I don't have to, then I'm going to do it. I wish I knew the rules of Magic 30 years later or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Okay, if I can do double damage on a single Devil, then I'm executing the plan. I'm doing it. Because what this also does, like, we can't play this Wanderer's Strike because of Kasmina. If Kasmina goes for the 2/2 here and the loot, at least we get to play the Wanderer's Strike. Arrgh! Boy. I thought we were in pretty good control in this one, and now it's slipping again.
Join my cause.
Dang! Double Kasmina just wrecking our face. Just wrecking our face. Banning is a clean mechanic. You can't play that card. Nice and clean. Well, I mean, we got to take this trade, right? Why wouldn't we take this trade? Got to take the trade. We could also trade. Nah, I can't. We could put Tulsimir on Wolf, and it would be a 1-for-1. But this is a 1-for-1 as well. I don't think. I guess we don't have any more Wolves. Maybe we'd rather have a 4/5 than Tulsimir. Let me look at my deck for a second. Doing this on my screen anyway. Any more wolves? You just have the 1 wolf. So given the 1 wolf, actually, I think we want the Tulsimir trade. Then Seratok straight up blocks the ogre. Iron Bully, we can at least cast that. We could put it on the Seratok, maybe the Seratok at 5/6 and tapping down an ogre. Again, if they mega block, we can choose. Maybe we send in... We can bully the Seratok and then send in the Martyrs. Because then we don't... Then at least the proliferate's doing something. And I think another question is, do we want a growing Seratok or just grow something else? We could bully up like this token and start making that big. But with the trample... Well, we have tap ability. I think I'm going to go... Yeah, let's go bully on Seratok. And for this turn, pass. tap down the ogre and then really look what we're doing next turn. Oh yeah, thank you. Let's keep the record accurate. Face my loss. Extra mana would be useful if Kasmina weren't here, because then we could strike and tap. As it is, Enforcer can't tap any of these. But we play this land to at least eventually be able to. And if we, again, can only force one devil to die, I'm willing to send in a martyr at Kasmina. It's a little weird because Kasmina doesn't seem like she's doing anything, but I don't want him to proliferate anymore, and I would like to get her dead. So I'm going to go to combat. They have double block on the bully, or else we could even force some devils to deal with a bully. And if I do 2, then they definitely get 2 damage off. So I'm only going to send the 1. Because then they could block, single block, they'd get 2 damage and be able to take out our Enforcer, which maybe is okay, but I don't want to do it yet. I think the Enforcer is important right now.
I will return with even
All right.
more disciples.
That means we could Wanderer Strike right now, but they don't have discard colors, and we have a plan for the Ogre right now, so I'm actually going to hold our removal. As we said, we're low on interaction, so if we've got the board reasonably stable, we should wait. Ugh! Backbreaking. Backbreaking. Boy, I make it through 2 Kasminas, and they top deck an Epiphany? Oh, God. Oh, gang. This has been a hard one. Nantuko Avatar back in the house and messing with lunchboxes. I feel like I haven't done this forever. Let's go Fireball. Great to see you, Nantuko. Welcome back. Oh, I'm sorry. I missed it. I did. Well, I see you now, and I cheer. Hooray. Ah, but there's rules. You can't undo someone's box redemption. We've just forgotten those rules because nobody's redeemed a box redemption in a while. Return to nature. I wish that were useful here, but it is not. I wish this were an instant, but it's not. I still want to hold, but it may be time to start shipping the Ceratok. What are they going to do about the Ceratok? If they block everything on it, they can kill it. But I guess it's pretty good. So maybe I just keep sending even like a wolf and a martyr. Although again, if I send in 2 things, they can get our Enforcer. So I'm going to keep sending 1 thing. And it's going to keep being a martyr. This is a weird game. Like the kind of, I haven't, hey, all of my mods are free to mess around. I mean, maybe I have to give control or something, but if there's any fun stuff that my mods want to mess with that I haven't gotten going, you let me know and I'll make it happen. We're going to still end the turn here, still hold our Wanderer's Strike. I missed the Scribe. Scry 4, draw 2. How do we beat someone who's Scried 4? I just don't understand this. I got to do this, though. Nan, you are welcome to come in and start making things better right off the bat, sir. Feel free. If my points redemption economy was well balanced, I would be concerned, but it's not really a concern, so that's fine. So now 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus 1 damage is 6. So we can actually attack with Ceratok now. Maybe. We'll see. Hopefully I don't have anything. Can't tap tokens with the Law Rune, unfortunately. All right. Starting over. There's the Chandra we passed and can now lose 2.
You and I are gonna take him out. There's no problem fire can't solve.
All right. I'm going to have to work harder to win my hair today, I think. Because this now is slipping away. It's not over, but we need to deal with something here or we're in serious trouble. And we get drawing a Ceratok that's not going to do it. I guess we get Trample again. Maybe somehow we can make Trample work, but probably going to be tough. Is there a Wanderer's Strike play that I'm not considering? Not really. I mean, I can tap the Prophet, and then Bully can attack because it at least takes out a Devil. I feel like if I go hard here, we lose Enforcer. But I don't want to strike this turn, so it's got to be Ceratok and then figure out what to do. But again, I just feel like what to do is wait to die, which I'm going to start with a pass here.
That smell. Oh,
God, I don't like this format. This is what I was talking about, though. I just don't like all the Planeswalkers. We've been pretty Planeswalker light, but just getting hammered with Planeswalkers here, like, at what point? I just get so tired of this gameplay. It's all about Planeswalkers gameplay. Conjurant, not a bad draw at this stage of things. If it can survive, we're going to just max it out here. Do we have attacks? Maybe I should think about Ceratok first, though. Ceratok. Yeah, let's maybe send Ceratok, let it tangle with some stuff, and then might even lose our law enforcement. I'm gonna get going with these here. Again, attacking with 2 just means we lose our Law Rune. I'm not really ready to do that yet, but we do need to send Ceratok in. Bully just gets blocked by Prophet and Wizard and then does nothing. I guess it makes the Ceratok tougher to deal with. Like, we could have sent the Bully as a distraction, but we'd have to... Maybe that would have been worth it. Like, if they want to stop the Bully, it basically requires some of their other stuff. We can strike the 4/3, but I don't want to lose my interaction. I like having a strike in my back pocket, not a strike that I'm forced to use because I've lost my tapper. Yeah, I should do deck count. Looks pretty thick. 10 to 20, so we can try to win on that. That's a good call. Maybe we can just deck them. We're going to, with 4 points of damage, take out the Wizard and 1 Devil. And then I'll just leave here and it'll protect the other... If we sweep the tokens, we lose the Law Rune Enforcer. And I don't want to do that. No, Tapper's not dead. We're only killing the 1 Devil. Yeah, I could have killed the Prophet. Maybe that'll haunt me, but... Huh, why did they do that and not take out the Bully? Is this, this must... Okay, it's an oops. Oops. 4, 7, 5, 6, 7. Yep, I'm gonna do it for the bigness. Oh, can you just find a stinking land with Chandra for once, Dynasty? Gasoline. Maybe they did last turn and I didn't notice. I'm just whining about the moment. Whine, whine, whine. That's also interesting. Why not take out the Enforcer there? Very surprised at lack of Enforcer kill. Ah, that's why. Look at that. Well, I'll trade for the Ogre. This is a good trade. I mean, we got other stuff we need to defend against, but that's a start. Can go Wanderer's Strike the Prophet and attack. This is just crazy. I'm now just trying to survive Chandra for 4 turns, assuming they activate it every turn, but they are getting to the point where they can't really do the -7. It'd be funny if they untap, go to 7 cards in library, -7, and then win off of the 7 cards off the top. So maybe I should strike here. But I still think at 15 we say no, we wait, and make them show me something that I can't stop before... I mean, Chandra is kind of the thing I can't stop, but nothing in my hand deals with that, so...
This is just gonna be bad for you.
Hey, we can return that thing to nature. It's not? Oh, I thought it was. Sorry. The reason I thought it was is because I looked at my deck and it said we had 2 artifact creatures, and I knew we had 2 conjurants, so I assumed they were... Well, what are... Oh, it was our Prismites. At the time, we had Prismites in the deck. That's it. That's how I got there, though, gang. So we'll have to Wanderer's Strike it then. No, it was the yeah, Bully. But yeah, why do we have 2 then? Must have been 1 Prismite and the Bully. I don't know. We don't have 2 bullies, do we? Maybe we have 2 bullies. Anyway, back here. Do this. Okay, 2 bullies. Thank you. We got there. Well, not sure what this is exactly, but we are gonna block Devils. This kills the Martyr. But we didn't have a kill on that, and we can't just sit here and take. We're gonna submit 0. Trouble is this can't, this is a 0 CMC, so we have to strike it because we can't tap it. Flooding a bit, but not, I mean, we're just at the end of our deck. We're exactly, actually, it's statistically incorrect to say we're flooding. Our mana is exactly on time. Halfway through the deck, half our mana, so... Start here, though. You mean in the Sweatsuit Invitational? I bombed out in the first round. Nah. Failed to win the first round and had my whole evening free. Why is 7 lethal? I don't understand. What am I missing? Chandra deals 7? What? Help! When one not much. Oh, okay. When that. Oh, I got it. Got it. Static. Static. Of course, always the static. Thanks, gang. I was looking for the word 7, honestly. I was looking for 7. I was looking for the text 7 damage somewhere in the card and didn't see it. That's why I couldn't find it. I'm going to find a haircut soon if I can't draw better than this. Oh, yeah, I should have left one open, Tron. Oh, I did, on accident, but cool. We'll take it. I honestly thought I had 8 mana. Shut up. Shut up! Sometimes I play right on accident. You do too. I think we're dead anyway, though. Not quite gonna get there. Yeah, Coordinator sees doom ahead. I mean, they just swing away and win.
Is this a dead man, Doctor?
Very dead, Mr. Spock.
I think I might just give you my hair and quit. That was exhausting and frustrating. I don't need to look at the blue again. There's nothing wrong with this deck. It's a fine deck. Yeah, it was really tough. I mean, just like, I'm top decking land when I need something, and you're just, it seems like, oh, here's a Kasmina, here's a Kasmina, here's a, oh, the backbreaker was the dumb Tamiyo's Epiphany. Top decking mid-game top deck war, and you pull Scry 4, draw 2? Scry 4, draw 2 after double Kasmina. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I lasted that long in that one, really. I mean, just draw a couple of lands there. Just a couple of lands when you do the Epiphany instead, and I think I take that game. But that's the kind of thing I like to say. We'll keep this. We got Apparition on 2, Wolf on 3. Bully off the top, adding a counter to the Apparition would be nice. I think we just go for the Wolf here, though. And low on cards for a 2-color deck. honestly, Tron. There's definitely some low end that I don't like here, but I also don't like splashing blue off of 2 Prismites. That seems hyper greed. Well, CBL is supposed to be up and functioning and not needing me. Is it not working for others? It's working for Nantuko, but I can refresh it. It looks like maybe you all need to refresh. It was up, just went off. Oh, Cardboard Live. I'll just restart it. Let's see if restart helps. I just closed it, man. Oh, it was working for a minute ago. Well, now it's back up. Hopefully it's behaving itself again. Let me know. Another card we passed. It was almost our pack 1, pick 2.
Is a soldier in my army. Burn.
That's pretty nice, honestly, for for 4 mana. Well, that's interesting. Obviously, no blocks, so we can crack back into Nahiri. Boy, give me a... Can I get an Iron Bully one time, please? No such luck. We're going to lose the Apparition, but then that takes out Nahiri at least.
I am as granite.
Robert in the tank. Jeez, what a slow player. Can you believe it? Come on, Robert. Some of us got things to do. What, is Magic hard? Great, more Planeswalkers. This one tougher to use. It's instant sorcery copier. If you're not copying instants or sorcery, you're just scrying. If you're not scrying, you're dying. And here's the swingy nature. If we can take this out, then Robert's spent a lot on something that didn't do much. If we don't take this out and Robert untaps and doubles up a couple of spells, suddenly it's incredible. No Planeswalkers in... We have blue Planeswalkers, but we cut the blue.
There's a storm coming your way.
All right, instant double spell. What's it going to be for? Pyrohelix taking out Thundering Ceratok along with the Nahiri? I don't know, but obviously no blocks. Greeting would be okay because it can't get the Ceratok unless they want to use both sides on it, in which case we can still crack back and get the Rawl here. So hopefully at least, like, even if they take out the Ceratok, Stinger goes at Rawl and Apparition at Nahiri, unless Nahiri just wants to kill the Apparition. So yeah, we get one... I guess they take out the Stinger and then kill the Apparition, but then we just play Pridemate. Oh, they're going for face? That's scary. Oh, never mind. It was the Rawl ping. I get it. Sorry, I thought that was Heartfire to face. All right, that was a lot of our stuff gone, but I think we can do this.
I'm shocked to discover I lost.
Return to Nature can exile at instant speed from a graveyard, so I'm just keeping that in mind in case of any... I don't know what green cards fish stuff out of the yard, but green can do that, so we'll see. No shame in losing a game of Magic, Robert. Just roll over. Just lie down. All right, so they're going for all of those. Let's go ahead and exile. And we're going to exile Nahiri? I mean, if they're out of cards, Rawl doesn't do all that much. Nahiri's the thing that kills our stuff, right? Although if Nahiri is played, we can attack her. I think Nahiri's the one, right? Anybody want Rawl over Nahiri? I think we leave the Prophet, and it's got to be one of these two, and I think Nahiri does more than Rawl. I'm going to go with my gut. That's what I'm thinking. La Rune. Interesting spot. Planeswalker is going to be somewhat protected next turn, but in case we do have incidental life gain, so I'm not going to like give up the Pridemate here trying to get some damage in. I could give up the Stinger to clear this, but we can't tap the Druid anyway. Yeah, Rawl does require him to tap it, so I'm going to say no attacks. We'll see what comes of this upcoming sequence. Yeah, that's the thing. The La Rune Forcer doesn't do anything, but it does tap the Prophet. I'm expecting that La Rune, if we're trying to get through to attack a Planeswalker, will tap the Prophet. Good thing we're running this Return to Nature that got us a quarter of a card. Man, I just feel like in 3 games I've been blown out by rares that I passed. In each case, of course, I had my reasoning, but it's rough. This was often my reasoning. This is a rare-like card that we're going to be happy to play here. Do we need the 1 to tap, or do we just want 6? I think a 5/5 with a tap up might be correct. Yeah, let's... 5 with a tap feels right to me. All right, you got tap on Manticore, tap on Prophet, send 5 at Ral. Plus additional attackers, if we want to offer these up. I could encourage them to attack by not doing a tap here, but I actually don't want this Manticore attacking. Conjurant loses counters when it blocks. It's a 5/5, but it's a more vulnerable than average 5/5. We get another one behind. That's cool. So let's send in... let's enforce on the Prophet. And send this... I think with the Conjurant back... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is not 10, and we can straight up block the Manticore, so I'm going to send all here at Raw. I don't know if I need to do this much at Raw, but I am worried about what might, you know... Planeswalkers, man. Planeswalkers. Alright, doing this. These are tough blocks. And we'll get our Ral down pretty darn low here. So Ral not dead, but Ral can't double spell without a proliferate first, so that feels good. And we get another 5/5 Conjurant.
It all built up to this.
Bottom on the scry is at least good for us to see. Chump blockers are actually kind of annoying because they actually take a chunk out of our conjurants and cannot be... the token ones can't be tapped by the Law Rune. Action, please, deck. Boy, do we need some action here. We're falling behind again. Cue the land. Goblin Assault Team is going to beat me. All right. Not a card I like. I'm sure Rob doesn't love it either, but... you play what you got. I got some stuff I don't like in my deck, that's for sure. Drafts, live drafts are also, there's a lot of angle shooting, leaning and glancing. You know, it's really hard to police a GP room full of drafts from angle shooting and the like. Well, we're being put to the test. Looks like we are 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 going to 1, and we have a forced block. Gotta block the Manticore, though, rather than give a counter somewhere, I think.
We will say goodbye to flesh and blood.
Had some spells, not enough. I mean, Rob has more land than me anyway, so it's not like I'm getting flooded beyond my opponent's capabilities, but now we're just dead. 0 outs, right? 0 outs, 0 outs.
Is this a dead man, Doctor?
Very dead, Mr. Spock.
This is frustrating. This deck is doing fine things. It's just getting outfined. All right, Street Rach. Is that short for Rachel? What are your pronouns? Make sure I'm... My sister's name is Rachel. All right. That was my guess. Everybody loves to talk about no-hitters in the first inning around here. Oh, he got the first out. Is it going to be a no-no? Maybe it's a no-no. 2 outs! He got 2 outs! Everybody, a no-hitter's going. Technically, we're halfway through the game, though. What, this is like 4th inning? 4th inning! Got a no-no going. Street Rach is going to be the featured competitor next week. Looking forward to that.
All right, everyone. Chill.
I get it, though. I get it. The last time that I was 03 was like the time I went 04 or something. So this is like really the first time chat's had any ability to get excited about the possibility. So I do get it. I'm being snotty. We're going to hope this apparition lives and does some work this game. Can I just scoop now? Well, thanks, deck. Thanks a ton. just start. Getting this in is big. I'll send the Martyr too. Maybe I need to threaten to block the Pride Mate, actually. I'll do that. Reading the rare, just in case I forgot something about this card. I think of it as a 2/3 for 2, but, you know. Sometimes. Let's see. What do we want to do here? Conjurant on 3. Guess the Apparition is to start getting tapped. So 5 attacks from Tomic is what I'm worried about now. Well, swing 1. We're not attacking with the Apparition. Need our own, one of our 3 Law Rune Enforcers would be nice here. And might have to do, let's do Conjurant on 3. Can't be tapped by the Law Rune Enforcer. And if we get a land, we can proliferate it. Well, we're both tight on mana, but the flyer is winning the day right now. I'm going to leave Bully back in case we have to chump the weird, but I'm going to send in Apparition and Conjurant here, of course. Can leave Martyr, maybe Martyr, I'm not sure what we play, but I'm starting with an attack. We got to try and race here. And if we leave the Apparition back, they just tap it for Tomic, so that doesn't seem like forcing the Enforcer to get through. Maybe... Now, I think we got to send in, because also this gets them big with the... Ooh, and I can even... Maybe I need to promote the Bully. If I promote the Bully, I gain some life, and it grows with the Apparition. Swing, then Wolf is the other option, but promote Bully is kind of interesting. It makes a 3/3 and gets us some life. Yeah, that's fair. They can all be tapped. Okay, I'll just max the mana. But this is an interesting thought for next time, if we can live. Uh-oh, they made it to 4 first, or she made it to 4. I'm trying to remember when I know my opponent's pronouns, but it can be tough to break habit. This 2 life could be a big difference here. Return to Nature has been very meh. All right, we got our land. And so we got choices. We can do Martyr Battlefield or Bloomhulk now. I kind of like Martyr Battlefield this turn to get our life, keep our life total up, and then Bloomhulk to further proliferate whatever battlefield. Let's start by going to combat and seeing what they want to do about that. She's going to tap the Apparition. No shock. Yeah, Jim, it's not in here because we love it. It's in here because we cut the first 7 cards we picked from the deck. So, leaving Bully back, I like sending Wolf and Conjurant with the Strength of the Battlefield promotion. But with Martyr, let's see, are we just dead? Yeah, gotta keep attacking. Could send this, and if they don't block, if she doesn't block, we just win that way. This is like forced blocks, right? Because 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, Battlefield promotion, 9. Oh, but we don't get the proliferate, so it's not lethal. So I don't want to do that because it's not lethal. So I'm just going to send Wolf and Conjurant, and we'll keep a couple back on blocks. And promotion to keep the Wolf alive and gain the life is fine. And a happy chump here, such that if Rach uses the Enforcer to get through damage, she'll tap down the Martyr. I wonder, is there anything, though, Jim? I mean, we can go win or lose. Let's take a look at this deck. Excuse me. Let's take a look at this deck after this game, see what we want to do. All right. Easy block here. Dead Martyr will give us 2 5/5s and a 6/6, and then Bloom Hulk gives us a 7/7 and 2 5/5s or 2 6/6s. So then all our big stuff becomes lethal, and hopefully Rach can't find blockers. I mean, this is one thing, and then a creature would be a blocker for another thing. But they need basically multiple cards to get out of this here. I think I might have this one. This has got to be a special card that I'm not, or I think we got win number 1. Whew!
I do my hair toss.
For you, D.
Baby, how you feeling?
Whew! I could still win the week. I can still win the week. How goes the prediction? What prediction? You did the predictions, right? Did I make a prediction? What was my prediction? Rock Bobster is up next. I will never not say that name that way. So, sorry. Good luck. Distinctly lacking in green, but Apparition, Bully, Promotion is enough to keep with the 3 planes. Oh, so many, Nan. So many. But to show you for free? I don't know about free. Free? What's free? Oh, maybe. When's the last time? What's the last stream you watched? Do you remember? What were we playing last time you watched a stream? Looks like the Bobster has the deck that we were looking at going towards. There's some of our green. That's nice to see, but I'm going to go ahead and get this apparition apparating right quick. And now, kind of we live and die on this apparition. I was hoping they didn't have something to pump the Wrangler so we could trade, but no luck there. This looks like we got good stuff coming, though. However, really want to be able to play the promotion. I guess the Stinger is good enough, but we could also Conjurant attack and have a 5/5. What about Conjurant as a 4/4, make a 4/4 flyer and a 5/5? That seems fine. Let's just do that. I just like growing a flyer. Like, I mean, put the counter on the flyer, and we get a wind drake, and then we get then we get an air elemental. You know, it just keeps getting bigger. You want Conjuring on 2 hold up promotion? Oh, I gotta go to this view for that, but I can do it.
Take your blah blah to the blah blahologist.
Now battlefield promotion is going to be quite rough. Making the Conjurant first strike is going to be quite the shock to the Bobster, I hope. Shock Bobster? Svela, hold on. Let's see. Svela.
Hey, Stella!
Can't you hear me yell?
That is a game-swinging play. You're just hoping? You're just hoping there's one for wrong, wrong, wrong? Yeah, Brando is saying Stella. Famous streetcar named Desire scene. Let's see. No need to play anything pre, so let's send. Bobster not having mana luck either. We've all been there too. And 03 means we can swing away. Style points for the Bobster. I appreciate it. I'm gonna not deploy more to the board, though. This should win us the game. The only thing that could save Bobster is a sweeper, so we're going to play around that.
I do my hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling?
All right. Turning it from a blowout to something close. Good games, Bobster. Sorry about the screw. Cascade failure should be the name of this format. No, that would have to have something with cascade in it. Cascade failure would be that all gold set that nobody really liked. So I'm going to mark your meme machine as complete and try to find something new that you might like. Oh, here, I'm going to show you. This is kind of like a once a stream thing. It's a little long, but I love it. You'll know why I love this. This is Hat made this one. We award this meme to somebody once a stream, basically. It's usually me, but sometimes I get to award it to someone in chat.
Oh no, please! I can't read your crazy moon language!
Somebody loves everything. Even I didn't mind Alara Reborn, but it was not a popular set. I mean, I know that from the inside. Just statistically, not a popular set. I think the all gold was a cool idea, but was a little overwhelming for people. Oh yeah, no, that was just showing off memes, Bobster. I called that style points when you did that. No worries. Yeah. We're just sharing. Our old friend Nantuko is back in chat today, and we're trying to share some of our creativity that we've expressed since he last joined us. All right, Papa Get, aka Papa Giant, coming up next. I'm bringing it even, chat. Here it goes. You thought you were getting my hair this week, maybe. There was hair rumblings, but I'm going to win the week instead. How about that? Oh, that's the plan. That's the plan. Oh, there you go, Jim. I mean, that makes sense, right? If you like the complexity. Stuff that's too complex for the general populace might be right in your wheelhouse. Just trying to psych myself up for the big finish, Mama. Well, I had that lost one time just because we lost our apparition right away. I truly do not want to buy you stuff. It is true. Mama speaks the truth. The puppet would be such an ostentatious purchase. To buy something that with no intention of ever using it is really saying, I got gems to light on fire. Month-old sleeves. Months-old sleeves. Poor Mama with the months-old sleeves. I can't believe they still, they're probably worn out by now. I don't know if I'm getting ambushed. I don't think there's flash ambush like that in this set, but who knows what I'm forgetting. Go with the wolf here. A pause from Papa. Is it for something they're going to fire off here? Jaya's greeting, sure. You know, with the name Papa Get, I'm going with he. If you wish to be called by feminine pronouns and handle yourself Papa Get, you're kind of asking for it. I mean, I do my best. That's a big problem for the decks that make good use of it. And we could low value Hulk. Don't have have any tokens on the horizon. We have a 2-spell turn next turn, so I'm not going to overthink it. We'll Hulk here. Oh, there you go. That's a fair point, Xanatos. Et is a feminine suffix in French, so maybe I should just ask. Oh, I do, Orc. That's what I always do. But when I'm playing against people I know, I try to use the desired pronouns. Because, I mean, they is polite when you don't know, but it's even more polite to learn and do the thing that they want, right? All right. Papa is stuck on land a little bit. We're going to try and take advantage of that. Actually, tap, Stinger, Law Rune seems okay to me here. Although I don't think we need to. I guess I'll just risk it. I don't know what they might do to the Bloom Hulk, but let's send in. And then, yeah, Enforcer, Stinger, so that we can tap down Channeler before we untap. Transmutation, all right. Just gonna do this now. I don't think another creature's coming. I'm going to leave one Enforcer for the continued tapping, but we'll send the other. Yep, something's here. So we're here. A funny story now that we know he's fine. Oh, here's a meme that I know everybody already knows about. I gotta go find it. Let's see. Let's sit down in here. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Nantuko knows that one. That's nothing new. Anyway, Rocket is feeling nice and lively today, but last night we were awfully worried. But symptomatically, he was showing the signs of being an extremely stoned dog, which suggests maybe he got into something somewhere around here. But here's the thing. I don't have edibles around. I don't know what weed Rocket would have eaten to yeah, that's the thing. There's no edibles, and there might be traces of plant here and there. We're just gonna crash away here, by the way. Yeah, so I'm wondering if, like, out on a walk, he ate something, or anyway, it was really, well, a little bit scary because you're like, I hope he's just stoned and not like having a stroke, right? Clara was helping us look up all sorts of like what's going on here, and he's fine today. So I think he did just eat some weed. And oh yeah, so I'm telling a story, but okay, we'll see if Papa can survive this. Incredible. He's back yelling at in intruders, but it was a rough night last night. I didn't even put a video up last night because I was caring for my poor doggy. Oh, Dionysus, thank you for the sub. Dionysus takes a lot of crap around here, and he deserves every bit of it, but I do thank him for putting up with it and being a fun part of our community. When he's behaving, and when he's not, I time him out. It's all fine. Thank you so much, D, for the ongoing support. Appreciate it, buddy. Almost? I thought you were in your 30s, D. Aren't you like months and months from... Well, either D's a liar or he's in his mid-30s. One of the two. I guessed early mid-30s a couple of... like a year ago, and he said I was right. There you go. Thanks, everybody, for the subs. Appreciate that, Chimero. Gifting subs. All right, look at that. I brought it even, gang. I suppose a swingy win-loss sequence is appropriate for a swingy format, right? Yeah. You and I have different definitions of close. But I'm glad you have something else to be excited about. And returning also after some time away, our friend Alucardio is your anchor player in the final match here. Ooh, maybe I even need to add Alucardio. Or, oh, it's because it's float. Probably already buddies. Nope, not yet. So that means, hey, Alucardio, the way this ends up working is that we probably both need to restart. The simplest thing to do is to make sure you try to buddy me, I'll try to buddy you, and then restart. New buddies and Arena are not friends, which is ironic. Given that it's the friend system. I don't know what part of both players restarting solves the problem, but it tends to do it, so... I missed an important message. Let me look. Oh, 5 subs if I win? Awesome. Well, my hair's not on the line, but 5 subs will be a nice alternative. So float successfully a buddy and wait till they get back online here. I'm not your pal guy. I'm not your guy, buddy. I'm not your buddy pal. Ah, there we go. Am I allowed to say that I like South Park, or does that make me a terrible human being? I don't agree with everything they do. I have a lot of issues with some of their approach, but at their best, at their sharpest, they've done some really sharp social commentary on that show, I think. But there's some... They cross lines that they don't have to. I acknowledge that. I like South Park for the sharp social commentary when they're at their best. Yeah, that's crazy, right? They go from nothing to a show in a week. I guess sometimes that shows. I think South Park is saying important things about modern life in general. Or has the capacity to. Like I say, I don't want to paint it with too broad strokes, because you paint it too broad, then you give them credit for everything being fine, and it's not. But anyway, I'll move on. Just gonna curve out here. I guess I could have attacked. Maybe they don't block, but I wasn't worried about the damage either. I think they would block every time, though. What are we gonna do against a 1/3? Well, in the social justice sense, they kind of have, which is why I was saying, am I allowed to acknowledge that South Park holds some appeal for me? Battalion looks like a good attacker next turn after a bully. I don't like any attacks here, though. Wanderer's Strike could be good. Looks like we're kind of setting up for a longer game here. If we send in Martyr and Battalion, like, we can't really send in here. So I kind of like Bully on what? Bully on itself? What about Bully on itself? Start tapping stuff, and then Bully, Martyr, Battalion next turn. Possibly after, and then we can strike even? I don't know. I think I like Bully tap, though, is where I'm at right now. Bully on self, tap. All right, tapping a flyer, slowing the damage train here so that we can try and get wide. And with this attack, I'm going to accept, hoping that we can send back with all this stuff and counter up the Battalion. Might go horribly awry depending on what Alucardio manages for follow-up play here. And going to 14, not nothing against the Flyers. Speaking of Flyers, they're pausing, suggesting a 1 mana. What do we got for 1 mana in this format? Oh yeah, we got Spark Harvest. That's what we got. All right. Wolf. I'm going to send both. If they want to trade Martyr for Eternal and put a counter on the Bully, that's fine. But then we'll have Wolf and a tap. 6 in the air every turn, or 4 in the air every turn might be too much, but we'll see. This is all we got to do. This is all we can do, I mean. Wolf trading for the 3/3 possibly. Meaning these air elementals have combined to basically get a free must deal with. That's pretty good. I said air elemental, I meant Windrakes. Windrakes. 3 Windrakes have also added a must block to the board. All right, we do have some land, so we can take out an Eternal, but the problem is that taps us out of Law Rune Enforcer mana. We may want to Flourishing, tap, Conjurant on 2, and then really try to set up tap and Wanderer's Strike next turn. And then we're not out of it. Then we're down to a flyer that we have to deal with, which is still grim. The 3 life doesn't suck either here. So let's start with the bond then and see. This doesn't need white, right? So we'll do this. Yeah, I don't know if we attack with Wolf. I'm going to start with a bond anyway. Scott wants to attack with the Wolf. I haven't figured that out yet. The land is what we were saying we wanted, but a Grateful Apparition could block in the air. Trouble is it doesn't get a counter on it, so it can't actually get big enough for these. So I don't think we want Apparition. We just have to take the land as part of that plan, as part of the stated plan. And do we want a 2/2 or do we want to hold this? Now let's think about attacks. I guess attack with the Wolf and then play the Conjurant as a 2/2 is fine. We could attack with the Martyr as well and get a counter on the Bully. If we play the Conjurant first and attack with the Martyr, we get a counter on the Conjurant. They probably just block the Martyr and get a life, though, so that doesn't do much. They have that easy block there. So I guess we just play the Conjurant. Well, sorry, send the Wolf and then play the Conjurant. We do send the Wolf because we need to get him dead somehow. We can't sit here, like, part of how we win is potentially killing them before the Avens can get us. And now it's a real, okay, get me for 4 in the air, but you're down pretty low on the ground at that point, and maybe we do have counterattacks. If the 3/3 comes in, I would put Martyr and Conjurant on it. That's fine. Trade Conjurant off. But if we can wait and strike, that would be even better, because then we can put an extra counter on the Conjurant, extra counter on the Bully. Hey, buddy! New plan. 2 creatures on the battlefield and a dead Aven instead. Although all this mana makes me think maybe this won't work, but we're going to make him have it, of course. And I'm going to start with this to see what the sitch is. Still only have the Wolf attack and would still take that trade though, so send in. All right, now they're the ones making trades to prevent damage. Well, I'm tempted to go try for lethal, but we don't even really need to worry about the extractor. But striking ahead will put some counters on stuff. So I'm going to play this in case there is a pay 2 counter spell that we want to be able to pay for if they have. So let's start with the Wanderer's Strike on the Eternal, on an Eternal. And now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And we're not even dead to a crackback. I'm going to go for the win. Well, 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 hair chanters. Mama, is it smack talk if you back it up? Yeah, I probably is. What an exciting week. Well, thank you so much. Well, it seems to go both ways, Mama. How many times have I started 3-0 and then lost the week? Come on, the deck wasn't that bad, True. I know you didn't like it, but it wasn't that bad. I mean, it had, like, when it was doing its thing with a reasonable ratio, it was all right. Certainly not my best war deck, though. I agree with you there. Some of the low end was pretty bad. For sure, for sure. Thank you for those subs. Appreciate the support, Nantuko. Coming back and making it rain subs after some time away. What a kind thing to do. Sorry, Alucardio. Had some dead cards in hand. Yeah. Should I have done something other? Like, what was there besides Return to Nature? We just had other medium stuff, right? Yeah, that was interesting. Kind of funny to go on about how this format is swingy and then start 0-3 and finish 4-0. I suppose it's just how that's supposed to go in this format. Well, I mean, you say that, right? But let's talk it over. I mean, I'm going to call True's bluff, and let's actually look at the deck and see what we would have added. I mean, did you say something over it? Like, we have, what do we have in those colors? We could have put a Prismite. Want to just dumb old Prismite? We could put a Bond of Discipline. Maybe just try and have a finishing play. Maybe this would have been better than the return, as at least similarly narrow, right? You only want to play this in certain spots, but we could have done that. Steady Aim, though, I don't like better. I guess we were low on interaction, but this is interaction in its own way, so Prismite, I just couldn't. Ugh, so bad. Like, didn't we have anything else? Not really. Grazer, would you play Grazer? Yeah, but you definitely want it out of the board if you can. I at least thought some utility and best of one would be reasonable, but it was pretty clunky every time we drew it for sure. All right, gonna hop back here. Thanks for hanging out for another Gauntlet, YouTube friends. I hope you enjoyed that one. Maybe you all were out there rubbing your hands together, hoping for the 7-0 as well, but I managed to not only stem the bleeding, I flipped it. Got the win on the week in some tense games. Thanks for playing, everybody, and thanks, YouTube friends, for hanging out for watching.